Hello, this is Goddess Raven, and this is the Goddess Raven Show. Details were still being revealed in what police in Texas are calling a murder suicide for the killing of a popular online model with millions of social media followers. Miss Mercedes, who was more that was her popular Instagram name, was killed by a Florida man named Kevin Alexander over the weekend. The Richmond Police Department has confirmed that much, but an investigation into why he killed the 33-year-old in her suburban Houston apartment before killing himself has begun in order to determine Kevin's motive. Meanwhile, Mercedes' family has been speaking out following the killing. Her father admitted he and his wife were worried about Mercedes' crazy followers on social media becoming obsessed with her, in part because she kept trying to get more and more beautiful and modeled sexy and revealing clothing like bathing suits and lingerie. The nature of the killing, the details. Miss Mercedes' father, having not heard from his daughter all weekend, which he said was unlike her, rushed to her home on Sunday to find her dead body after he broke down the front door. I know my daughter, and when I got to my daughter's house and it was locked up and she wasn't answering my phone calls, which is not like her, I knew something was up. So I didn't hesitate to kick the door down. What I saw, I wouldn't want any parent to go through. Mercedes' father said after finding his daughter dead, he walked up the stairs and saw Kevin Alexander Ocorto, 34, was still alive with a knife in his neck. He was twitching and gurgling, Mark um, Gagnier says. There were also random scrawlings on the wall written in red lipstick, her father said, including confessions, apologies, and professed love for Miss Mercedes. Officials are still working to determine the nature of the relationship between Kevin Alexander Corto and Miss Mercedes, but police have said they do not believe they knew each other. Police have confirmed that no gun were used in the killing, and the Fort Bend County medical examiner ruled Miss Mercedes' death as a homicide by way of strangulation and traumatic concussion. This is sad because she lived in a secure location with had a gate, and it required a code to come in and out of the building. So people are wondering, how was this guy able to get into the apartment development with the gate and the code needed to get in? Somebody must have left the gate open or allowed him to sneak in, or allowed him to come in while the gate was open. And that was the way the person was able to get into the apartment and kill her, because they left the doors open or left the gate open or something. They must have allowed this killer access to the apartments and to be able to get to her and kill and strangle her. So Miss Mercedes' father said he would have a monthly conversation with her about his concerns about her social media followers. He suspected she gained so many followers in part because of her beauty, but he also said he feared those who were crazy and obsessed. Miss Mercedes has over 2.6 million subscribers followers on her Instagram channel. Miss Mercedes' sister lend credence to her father's suspicions and suggests that Kevin took the term social media follower too literally. It was just a stalker from out of state who'd been stalking her. It was not immediately clear if Alexander was one of her 2.7 million now followers on Instagram or on any other reportedly hundreds of other social media accounts with sizable followings that she controlled, including those on Facebook, OnlyFans, Snapchat, and Twitter. It is unclear how Kevin Alexander Acorto managed to not only locate Miss Mercedes' personal residence, but also how he gained entry to the gated apartment complex that only has three ways to get in: the garage, the back door, and the front door, with none of them showing evidence of forced entry, police told KHOU, a local news outlet. That makes it difficult to understand. Somebody dumb behind left the door, left the gate open, or left something open, allowing that man to get access to this girl. So, like, now they're gonna have to review those videotapes and see who was the jackass that left that damn gate open for that man to get in. Like, if you live in a secure location, don't let nobody in that ain't supposed to be letting in. It's a reason that you paying extra money for that. Use it. People are nuts. Now, maybe he didn't get access to her apartment through the gate. Maybe she climbed over the fence and got to her. Only time will tell with this investigation and video of how we got in, because this is a gated community. So we'll see. That's why I am very like, uncomfortable with you gotta be careful. You gotta make sure that people close the door, make sure, like you live in a secure location where there are cameras and something. Because people are crazy out there, y'all. Look at that. This reminds me of that millionaire guy that lived in New York, who lived in a very a $1 million penthouse apartment in New York City, and his assistant was able to get access into the building, dressed up in like dark clothing, because there was no security at that building. The assistant was able to get into the building, and he ended up killing his employer, cutting him up and put him in bags. Telling you, people are crazy out there. People are crazy. You have to be very careful of everything. And it seems like even you got to be careful of, like, making sure your address is not leaked, easily accessed. If you're on Instagram and you have 2 point something million subscribers, you got to make sure your information is not easily accessed. Like, sometimes it's better to put like your information for your apartment in your father's name or a cousin's name or somebody that they will not be able to track so easily, to know that it's your location. You got to be very careful, because these stalkers, look at this. They were in a gated community and they still was able to get in and kill this young lady, 33 years old. This guy, he lived in a $1 million home and apartment building, and they were able to get in, that guy, the assistant, and kill him and chop him up. So you got to be very careful on your security, where you live. I definitely recommend putting things in other people's names that are not even associated with you. Seriously, it's just better not even have it in your name. Don't have much in your name if you're a celebrity, and that will probably help limit these stalkers getting access to you. Not only that, a lot of people move continuously. You know what? You just gotta pray. It's just so crazy out there. The world is such a crazy place. I tell you. Look at this. So not only that, but Cardi B blasts haters. Just has blasted haters because of this situation. Cardi B is one of those who are mourning the death of Mercedes Morr, apparently having personally known the late Instagram model. The rapper has put naysayers on blast for justifying her murder because of her lifestyle. The Bronx MC took to her Instagram story on Tuesday, August 31st, to defend Mercedes against the nasty talks on the internet. So sad, and F you bitches and ends, trying to justify it because of her lifestyle, she wrote, along with a clip of an interview with Mercedes' parents. Y'all will hate on a bad bee, dead or alive. She was a sweetheart. Meanwhile, in the interview, Mercedes' father talked about his daughter's horrific death. What I saw, I wouldn't want any parent to go through. So he even mentioned, once again, he mentioned about the writings alleged left on the suspect killer on the walls and the doors and everything of Mercedes' apartment. It's just so sick.
What I saw, I wouldn't want any parent to go through. I could look in the room. There's writing all over the wall.
To
I kind of just was in shock.
Landlord.
That's not my daughter. She would call me all the time, talking about, Daddy, I'm checking on you. And I'd be like, no, I'm checking on you. That was our little joke. And I knew something was wrong as soon as I got there.
Yeah, that was our baby. And as many people in Houston knew her and loved her, she was sweet with them as she is with us. She took care of people. She's just a sweetheart. And my baby's gone from a tragic event that didn't have to happen. Being strangled to death is a horrible way to die. And my baby's gone. And it was horrible to even think about it.
That was the father and mother speaking out. One of the messages that was written on the wall was sorry to the landlord for, I guess, what he did in the apartment, writing all over the apartment and taking Mercedes' life. Also on there was a message saying that he loved her. This is so sick and twisted, y'all. Y'all comment below and let me know what y'all think, okay? All right, now, bye.